买我的火柴。
精灵飞舞般腾往生长，和生机一起被无限拉长。
手心里的爱化作月能量，我站在魔法阵中央，调皮的狙击在打点厅堂，元素把心中的黑暗照亮。
喧嚣一眼见了吗？那就期待吧，打破法规有所变化。相信吧，不要害怕，勇气无限大，烦恼放下，快向魔法城堡进发。童话中魔法的城堡，有梦幻的伟大，肆意的魔力全宇宙都蔓延到传说中魔法的城堡，守护每个微笑，发动结界，让憧憬都快快长高。
手心里的爱化作月能量，我站在魔法阵中央，调皮的狙击在打点厅堂，元素把心中的黑暗照亮。
喧嚣一眼见了吗？那就期待吧，打破法规有所变化。相信吧，不要害怕，勇气无限大，烦恼放下，快向魔法城堡进发。童话中魔法的城堡，有梦幻的伟大，肆意的魔力全宇宙都蔓延到传说中魔法的城堡，守护每个微笑，发动结界，让憧憬都快快长高。森林外的小路，看花生漫步，我和满天的元素正奔向漫步。有混乱的深处，哦，要去踏着舞手，你的心情要在全世界宣布。哦，成就的个数，我骑士和女巫，和隔壁安徒生家的王子和公主，梦幻的帷幕，等待你加入，魔法城堡因你而坚固。童话中魔法的城堡，有梦幻的伟大，肆意的魔力全宇宙都蔓延到传说中魔法的城堡，守护每个微笑，发动结界，让憧憬都快快长高。就是魔法的城堡，心跳动得刚好，打开任意门，接受我们的讯号。你心中魔法的城堡，已坚固而可靠，最后别忘掉，时刻要喂养嘴角。
Yeah, hey, hey, hey.
我的世界变得奇妙更难以言喻，还以为是从天而降的梦境，直到确定手的温度来 惊喜。关于爱情，过去没有意想的结局，那天起却颠覆了自己逻辑。我的怀疑，所有答案因你而明白，转啊转，就真的遇见 Mr. Right。我的世界变得奇妙，更难以言喻，还以为是从天而降的梦境，直到确定手的温度来自你心里，这一刻也终于勇敢说爱你。一开始我只顾着看你，装作不经意，心就飘过去，还窃喜你没发现我躲在角落，忙着快乐，忙着感动，从彼此陌生到熟会是我们，从没想过真爱，到现在不敢期待，要证明自己曾被你想起 really， 我胡思乱想，就从今天起 I wish， 像一个陷阱，却从未犹豫相信你真的愿意，就请给我惊喜。关于爱情，过去没有意想的结局，那天起却颠覆了自己逻辑。我的怀疑，所有答案因你而明白，转啊转，就真的遇见 Mr. Right。世界变得奇妙，更难以言喻，还以为是从天而降的梦境，直到确定手的温度来自你心里，这一刻也终于勇敢说爱你。
轻轻放，我就剩写不下对你的喜欢。原来爱会慢慢增加重量，想关上这城市所有的灯光，黑暗中专心闻你的发香。这夜晚让爱恋更有画面感，回想与你约会过的地方，都舍不得删，在脑海里储存欣赏。你微笑浏览手机里的浪漫，原来真心送出爱是这
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to your Datacom lecture. So this week we'll be doing an online class now because we have a holiday on Thursday. So this is your replacement for the 2-hour class. So I also noticed that yeah, just now we were talking about the lab. So don't worry, today we are going to do a new chapter on Wireshark. So we skip a bit because we have done lecture 6, 7, we keep it later. Today we go to chapter 8 first. I'll show you how to do chapter 8 in 1.5 hours. I try to finish as fast as I can because this chapter is very, very, very important. I say very 3 times, means very important. Alright, so you can go to your Weber to get everything that you need. Today we will be using some of the slides which is recently updated. So please go to Weber and then you can get it from Weber. Okay, perhaps I should show it to you. So now today the notes will be from here. This one you click and you can download the PDF. It's a very, very short one because it's not a lot of theory, rather it's a lot of skill that I need to teach you today. Because I see from the poll, everyone want to become hacker. Good, no YouTuber from this group. No people want to steal my business. Now today what we are going to learn is somewhat you can say is a first step of becoming a hacker. But after this class you cannot hack people yet, but it's a first step, right? So let's go to the Weber and download this one. Now today we will be doing Try Hack Me Roam, where I will teach you step by step how to solve the questions, because what you learn today will be in your final exam. This one, okay, spoiler alert, very important. Okay, and then the next one is there are 3 links. You need to use this the third link. The third link. The rest is not for today. Today we use the third link here. If you click, it will bring you to a Try Hack Me website. Now here, if this is your first time here, you will have to create an account. If you've already been here before, you can just see the room. Now this is a free room, so everybody should have something like this. Okay, so while I explain the lecture, the theory, please go and make an account, and then when I come back, I want you to do this together with me. How many of you here? 150 of you here. Supposedly we have like 350. So we have half of the class survivor, less than half. Okay. Why is a bit soft? Let me turn it on. Like that, can you hear? Like that, is it clear? Right, I go to the slide now. So just take about 15 minutes, let's finish the slide and then we will go to the challenge today. Right, so for this chapter, I want to teach you how to use a new tool. This is called the Wireshark. Now, when we learn networking, what we learn so far is you learn how to set up, connect cable, put IP address, set routing. All those things we call building the network, which I think most of you is very, very good already. Looking at the lab test result, I think you're very good already. But the next thing is how do we protect it? Because it's like love. It's very easy for you to fall in love, but it's not easy for you to stay in love, right? Because after a while, you start to know maybe this is not the right person. The same for networking. If you have built a network, how can we make sure that the network that we have spent so much time building and configuring stays working and functional all the time? We have to learn security. So today the class is a bit different because we are stepping into the security world already. We call this the cybersecurity, where you learn more and more when you're in FICT. That's why 50% of you here want to be a hacker. This tool is very important. You must be very good. So if one day you go to your friend's computer and you see they install Wireshark, you know this guy is a hacker. Don't mess with that guy, right? Okay, this is what we want to learn today on Wireshark. So the concept is that in networking, what can go wrong will go wrong. That's why it is our job as a network guy to make sure that we prevent something bad from happening. Like, don't want people to hack into my account, don't want people to steal my password, don't want people to know what I'm doing. So all these kind of things can go wrong, especially one day if any of you here want to become a server guy, right? I think everybody's seen this before. When you come to IT job, they say you don't have holiday. It's true, because every day you are waiting for your WhatsApp to ring only. Like every time you go somewhere, something wrong will happen. The server will go down, the router will spoil. It's always like when you go somewhere and then something will go wrong. That's why we have this concept called network monitoring, which is what we want to learn today. It's a new concept that anybody who take networking should know. Okay, now today we won't be going into all these things because what I want to focus in is rather on how for you to do analysis, which is something similar to what you're doing in this week lab. Okay, right. So I hope you can get what we are doing because it's actually quite new for you all. So you see here, this is a diagram where we want to do network monitoring. So starting with first thing is, why do we need to do monitoring? I think I've said a bit like you want to make sure that your networking, your routers, your switches, everything is functioning properly. And if something is wrong, you want to know what's wrong. Okay, and we can achieve that by doing network monitoring. So there are many ways you can do a monitoring, but today we'll be using the oversimplified example, meaning that at the minimum, what you can do. So you see, this is a very important skill. If one day in your CV, finish your degree, and then you go out and you find a job, if they see that you know how to monitor a network, you can get more money, 500 more maybe. Because this is a skill that you can impress your boss, then they're very happy. They hire pretty girl to massage for you when you write a program. You must impress your boss all the time, right? So today you see this one. This logo here is the Wireshark tool that you should install in your computer. The Wireshark is free. If you have done the lab this week, you will I think you will get to use Wireshark for the first time. You should also install this on your computer because this is a very important program. Now, in fact, this is kind of like a hacking tool. We call this a network sniffer. And this tool, if you fall in the wrong hand, like the bad guy use this, you can do bad things. If the good guy use this, you can do good things like to protect the network. The bad guy will use to hack people's password or something like that, right? So why do we start with this is that now I want to show you a very simple concept on monitoring and how we do it. You see here, today the lecture is I teach you how to analyze packets. Before we have analysis, we need to get the packet first. So over here you see I have one computer and I have a network sniffer. In this case, the network sniffer is the Wireshark, which later I'll show you more how to use. Okay, now Wireshark got two functions. The first function is you can use as a sniffer, means that you can capture packets, right? Perhaps I should write this for you. So Wireshark got two functions, network sniffer and then network analysis. Right, today this week you do lab 6 and 7. Lab 6 is on this one. Lab 7 is on the sniffer. So the sniffer means that you use this to capture network traffic or packets. We call this the packets. This one is to analyze the packets that you captured. Right? So there are two functions in Wireshark, which that's why you see there are two logos here. Now, first thing is, how can we get the data? Now this one is very game because you must know that if you get the data, you can do many things. Why today China is winning the AI war? If you see China, I don't know which side you're on, China or the US, but if you look at data science, the China is doing very well because they have more data compared to the US. In China, they don't regulate, means that anything that you do, everywhere you go, they have a picture of you, they have a video of you, okay? And they have a lot of data. With that, they can build a very smart AI. And today I also want to teach you how to get the data. So you see this example here. Now here I have a sender and a receiver. So network packet capture basically means that when someone sends a packet from point A to point B, I want to get a copy of the same packet. Okay, means that I want to see what they are doing. And we call that a monitoring. That's why you see in the middle here there is this thing called monitor. So basically it is when someone sends data over, during the transmission of that packet, you want to capture. Capture means intercept, like in the middle, when A sent to B, I also get what they are sending. So in this example, this is what you see. Sender send a message to the receiver. That message is also captured by the monitor. So we call this the middleman. Now, so the whole point of this is very important for this lecture because without this, you will not have data. No data means no analysis, means that you cannot do anything already. So this is the concept of how do we do a capture, right? So in this case, how do we do is, you need a computer. And this computer, you install Wireshark. Then with Wireshark, when people send and receive, if you start capture, you also can get a packet that they are sending and receiving. So basically it means that you will get whatever people are doing on the network. you get to know, you get to see. So if this data contain a password, you will get the password. If this packet contain a PIN number, you also get a PIN number. That is the concept of how we captures the packet, right? So after that, after you get the packet, the next thing to do is to analyze, because if you just have the packet and you don't analyze, actually is there is nothing much. It's just data. Data is just sitting there and wasting your hard disk. If you have SSD, it's even more valuable, right? Then you don't want to waste all the data space and the storage space. But what we do is we have to analyze. How do we analyze? This is the lecture today is about. I want to teach you how to analyze using Wireshark and also using manual analysis. Okay, now you see, if you look inside the packet, you will get to see the content of the packet. So very quickly, I just show you how you can capture the data first. Now the idea is like this. When you want a packet, right, you need to, okay, let me close this thing. Have perhaps I think maybe I don't want to show you this one. You just go to the analysis part because that one is next week. I show you better. Okay, I think I will show that to you next week. We just straight away go to the analysis part. Okay, so guys, look at this slide first. I think I changed a bit because it's a bit hard for me to show you here. So we just go straight to the analysis. So now we want to do this part. Okay, the next thing is you should know when you come to analysis, there are two types. The first one is called the Wireshark analysis. The second one is called a manual analysis. Now in this week, when you do your lab, you will learn how to use Wireshark. Okay, and then you will learn how to analyze packet, what the content, what the source, IP, and so on. Now this one means that you need to install Wireshark, and also means the packet is not corrupted. So there is another way for manual analysis is I don't have Wireshark or the packets are corrupted. So you see this situation here, this is very important. Now when we do analysis, when you want to see what is inside the packet, sometimes you are not that lucky. Means that when you analyze the packet that you want to check inside is corrupted, then you cannot use Wireshark. So you see there are two things. Normally in analysis, what we do is we have all this thing called the pcat file, right? Pcat file is actually like a packet file. So you can see here, this is a pcat file. If I open the pcat file, it will open up Wireshark, and then you can analyze all these packets. Okay, now this program Wireshark is very good. You can do many things with Wireshark. I'll tell you more later. Now, so you see when I have Wireshark, I can do things like, for example, okay, now I show you a few examples on what you can do first up perhaps. So if I open up Wireshark, okay, you see I can go here and I can see a password. For example, I can find a hidden password. Like for example, if I know how to do a syntax, then you can see now I can actually now I can do some filtering, and then later you will get to see the packets. Oh sorry, this is not the right one. Okay, this one. So okay, first example, today I don't want to teach you how to do step by step. Next week I will show you. This one just to show you what you can do. So for example, first one, you can actually see password. So assuming that when you capture a packet and then inside there is a password, so what you can do is you can write something like http://. Now this one is assuming that you know how to write so it's not in your scope, just to show you what you can do. Now you see, if I do this, I can actually decode and I see password. So this is one thing that Wireshark can do. So you see, this is very geng. Imagine that if you know how to use this tool, you can see what is your friend password. You can see what is your lecturer password. That's even more important. Then I can log in for my lecturer and then I change all my coursework mark myself, right? That is one thing that you can do. Now another thing, for example, is you can also see the location. So I just trying to show you a few things that is kind of cool with Wireshark that you can try in the future. So for example, like one day you are talking to your girlfriend and then you want to know where is my girlfriend, for example. Then she tell you, now I'm in block A. If you see Wireshark, you can actually see the location. So you see when you message people, you send on Messenger or you send on WeChat or WhatsApp, the location you can see one if you know how to use Wireshark. For example, here this is some example where I have a server. So if you know how to use this, you can also see that now this server is in Gampa. I can even see this in the map. You see this is a map. Then I can see now this server is somewhere here. Wireshark can even tell you until this level where you are right now, where is your girlfriend. So you see, if you know how to use this tool, you can do so many things. You can track people. You can check where is your friend going right now. You can see their password and so on. That's why I say this is actually for hacker if you have the skill. Now today we will do something different. We will do analysis without Wireshark. So you see right now, I have shown you two examples. Of course, you can do a lot more things with Wireshark, but the problem is that sometimes you may not use Wireshark because, for example, the packets are corrupted. So if the packet is corrupted, you cannot open with Wireshark. Okay. So the next thing I want to teach you is what if you have to do analysis but you cannot use Wireshark, which is the whole point of this lecture. Very, very important. So I need everybody to do this with me. Very important. You go to this Try Hack Me page first, and then we will do the questions one by one. I show you how to solve the challenge for today. So all those just now I say so many things for 20 hours, they are just introductions. Don't worry about that. The important points start here, here, right now. You guys, are you in? Are you in? Please let me know if you are in on the chat, and then we will start already. No people reply me that I don't know if I'm talking to myself or not. So please go to this link. Make sure it's this one, and then we will start already lah. Oh, you guys cannot go in. Let me check. This room is private. It's free to use. Guys, you have to create an account first. You have already logged in. If you didn't log in, then cannot use, or you need to log in first. Then only you can see the role. Okay, I give you 2 minutes to create an account and log in, so everyone on the same page before we start now. Please try again. Let me know if you can see after you create an account. No, this one is for public. This one is different. If you log in already, you should be able to see what you see is free already. Let me check. Okay, how about you guys try this link? Can I paste the link on YouTube chat? You guys try the link on YouTube chat. Guys, can you try the link here? I paste a link here. You click on this link, see whether can go in or not. Then you let me know. Copy paste the link to the browser. Copy like that. See whether can or not. Can already, okay, can, good. We can start finally. After wasting 30 minutes of your life, we can start. Okay, let's do this. Very important because 25 marks in your final exam. So first thing, Now, what you see here is an IPv4 header. Okay, you click this download task file. Do you see there's a button here on the top right? You download this one, then you get one Excel file. This Excel file is the template which we will use to do the header decoding, right? So you download this Excel file, and then I will show you how to use the file. Now, first thing is what you see here. This one is the IP header. So every time you send a packet, okay, the packet got two part one. The first part is the data, and the second part is the header. So basically it's like this. If you really analyze a packet, this one they will look like this. So you have a packet. On the top here, you call this the header. And then here you call this the payload. Got two parts, no? Why you look like that? Alright, so wait, let me clear this. Now, so you should see this. Now, this header is contain the control information. Then this one is your real data. So you see, for example, now if you send a data, for example, a picture. Now the picture must be like this. The JPEG file is the data, and then here got one header. If you don't have a header, then you cannot send. So everything that you send here must have a header like this, right? Now, for example, if I send a PDF, the PDF file also must have a header. So everything you send across the network must have a header. You see that? Now, today in this stream, we are looking at this, the one that I show you in yellow color. What we are learning is called the IPv4 header, because in Datacom, we are all learning IPv4 only. So we want to analyze this part and see what is inside here. So normally, a little bit of spoiler, you will find things like IP address, things like the header length and so on, which is important information for the networking devices to use so that they know how to go from one point to another point. So the routing that you have learned before, the IP addressing that you learned before, how to go from this PC to the next router, and then the next router, and finally reach the destination. All the information they need is inside here, and that is what we want to analyze today, right? So you see here, this is what it looks like. We call this the IPv4 header templates, and in here you can see there are many different fields. All these fields have different values that I will show you in a while, and all different value means something different, okay? Meaning that if you take two packets and you look inside and check their header value, very likely they will be very different, okay? So now the next thing is, we will go through one by one the questions, and then as I show you the answer, I also explain a bit. So first thing, you need to open the Microsoft Excel file. Okay, I've already opened, complete. You just click complete, then you get 1 mark. Right, now you should see something like this. In this Excel file, there are 4 tabs. I want you to go to this third tab, which is on the example. Okay, the third one, example. Right, next, we need to fill up the header informations, and the header is given like this. So what you see here are called the data, the raw data. Now in computing, when computer talk to each other, they use binary 101010. But when we do analysis, we use hexadecimal value. So this is all hexadecimal value. So you know you got binary, this is like 101010. Decimal is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we are using hex value, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you have A, B, C, D, E, F. Also, these are hex value. Today, we will be using all hex value. Very important. So in the exam, you don't write the wrong one. Okay? Now, this one is given to you. So where I get this is actually kind of like from Wireshark. So for example, if I open up Wireshark, okay, let me show it to you. Inside Wireshark, there is a section where you can see all the raw data. Now you can see here. Do you see all these numbers here? These are what we call the raw data. So meaning that the machine see it this way, right? It's not something that we can understand, because we are not alien. If you can read this one, then I want to be your friend, or you can actually read hex value, right? We don't do that. You need a decoder. So here, what we need to do is, let's say you are given this one, we need to do some analysis. Now in the exam, this will be given to you. If you don't believe me, you can go download past year paper now. Very similar. Sure got one question like that one. Okay, it's given to you already. So you don't want to, you just ignore all the thing here, and today we use this one. Okay, now the next job that you need to do is you have to transfer this value to this header. This header is also given to you in the final exam, so you do not have to memorize anything, just you need the skill to answer the question only, right? So you see here how I do. Now first thing, you must understand the first concept on hex value is for each hex character is 4 bits. So for 2 hex character, this is 8 bits or equal to 1 byte. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, right? So here we will do a transfer first, because when they give you this value, you must put into all the header fields so that later you can answer the question. Now let's start with this one. We start from the leftmost and then we do finish until the right side. Now the first character is 4. This is again a hexadecimal value 4. Now you see here, we want to fill into this, why cannot become bigger? Okay, this one here. So the first one is the version. You see this header or the whole line here, like this whole line is 32 bits. Means this is 4 byte. You see here, this one is 1 byte, this is the second byte, this is the third byte, and this is the fourth byte. So one row, like this one row, I highlight like this is one row, total is 4 bytes or 32 bits. 8 multiplied with 4 is 32 bits, so it's one row. Now you can see from here, they will tell you how many bits is here. For example, if you look at the first one is which is on the versioning, here it says version is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this means this is 4 bits. 4 bits. Now, so the value that we are given here, starting with this one, remember the concept which I just showed you. One character, one hex number, one hex value is 4 bits. So here, because this is 4 bits, which means that this, the first number 4 here, is supposed to for the version, so I can write equal to 4. Okay or not? Now the next thing is, when we write hexadecimal value, we write 0x in front. So you see, if I write 1, 2, 3, this 1, this 2, this 3, these are decimal value 1, 2, 3. But if I write like this, 0x1, then this is hex value 1. 0x2 is hex value 2. So when you have a 0x in front, it means that this number is not a decimal number. This is a hexadecimal number. So here, normally the right way to write is 0x. Then you will get already, this is 4. The value is 4. So now we will do step by step. You have to do this very carefully, guys, because in the exam, you don't have time to redo. And once you do one wrong, the rest is all wrong. Then you better don't do that question. So you kind of guess already that is actually an optional question. Right, so next, we will continue to fill the rest of the header, and as we go on, I'll explain more and more. Okay, now the next one is the next field, header length. So if you look at header length, it is again 4 bits, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 4 bits, meaning that I will use the next hex value. Now to make this easy for you to see, every time I have used a value, I will put in red color so that we don't reuse the same number. Okay, so the next one here is 5. So this 5 is hex number equal to 5. Again, this is one number is 4 bits, so we only need one hex value here. So 0x5. Right, so we have used up the next number. We will move on to the next header field, which is on third type of service, TOS. Okay, you see guys, TOS, this one is quite big. It's actually 1 byte, the whole second byte. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bits is 1 byte. So here we need 2 hex character, because one hex number is 4 bits. So we need 2, it becomes 8 bits. Which means that the next two, 0, 0 here, I will use this for the TOS. Right, so here is equal to 0, 0. Now in front here, I put 0x like that. You need to do this, if not you cannot follow one. You need to do with me. Okay, then the next one, okay, is getting more and more technical already, is a total length. Now total length is very big. As you can see here, it used the third byte and the fourth byte. So this is 2 bytes. 2 bytes which is 16 bits. Now we know that 1 byte, 2 number is 1 byte ma, right? Correct. So you see from here, this is 2 hex number is 1 byte. I need one more because now I need 2 bytes. So 1, 2, this is 2 bytes. Okay, 0, 4, 9F. So with that, now I will go and fill up 049F. The total length is 0x049F. Done. So we now go to the next row already, which is the next one on identification. As you can see, this is also a very big one. It used the first byte and the second byte. So again, this is a 2 bytes field. It is going to use 2 bytes, which means again you need 4 hex number. Okay, so we see here, we are already here, so 1, 2, this is 1 byte, one more here, this is 2 bytes. Okay, so again, 2 hex value will give you 1 byte, so 0x0000. Right, so until here, we have used the hex number until here already. The next one is the offset. Now this part is a bit tricky, so you need to pay a bit attention. The whole thing for the offset is actually 2 bytes. It's again very big. As you can see here, it uses up the 3rd byte and the 4th byte, so we need 16 bits for this, or 2 bytes. But it is a bit special because in front here there are 3 binary number. So let me explain with this value inside. Now we are here already. The next one we need another 2 bytes. So here this is 1 byte, 2 bytes, 4000, 40000. So it means that the whole thing here, right? The whole thing here is 0x, and then this is 4000. Right. So this 4000, it covers everything. I will now highlight for you in blue color. The whole thing is 4000. But here you see got 3 small boxes. This one is in binary one. This is very important. So here, what we need to do is we cannot just write 4000. We have to convert to binary. Right. So over here, this 4000 we already use, and then here we will do a conversion. Okay, why we need to convert? Okay, you see this example here. This 40x40000, actually if I convert to the binary, you can use your calculator but to show this faster, I'll just use the online calculator. So hex to binary converter. Now this is my favorite one. Normally I use this one, reputable, but you can use any online calculator that you can find. Right, so here you see right now we are converting 40000. So the first number is 4. I write 4 here. This is 0100, right? And then I can just take note, this is first one is 0100. Now if I convert, the next one is 0, so you get 40, and then another 40 and another 40. So you already convert this 4000, which is in hex notation, into this one in binary notation. Now why am I doing this? Is because in the header, as you see here, this 3 box is actually flags, and they only is 1010. They are not hexadecimal, and because of that we have to convert. So basically after you convert, what you do is you take this number here 010, you put it inside here. So you see here it will be 0 1, sorry, this is 1 and 0. Now then the rest are all 0, so basically it's like this, 0 and then 0000 0000 0000, like that. Okay, do you see what I mean here? Oh, okay, so something like this. Right, now if you want to write, they are not aligned in their column, but anyway it's the same thing. The important thing is here. So what we have done is, in this field in particular, you have to convert first from the hex to binary, so you can fill up 010 and the rest are all 0. Okay, now if you cannot follow anything, please let me know. Once you lost, then lost already. Okay, now we go to the next one. We are now in the TTL value. TTL is 1 byte. 1 byte means I need 2 hex number. So I come here, the next 2 is 40. Okay, let's try another color. So I use green color. 40, TTL is equal to 0x40. And so you see, you start to pop up with this, it becomes easier. You get the idea, right? The next one is protocol. Protocol is again 1 byte, which means I will need 2 hex numbers. So I take the next two, 06 for the protocol. So equal to 0x06. Now we are almost there, almost done. The next one is header checksum. Now this is again another big one, 2 bytes, meaning that I need 4 hex number. So here we are already in 06. The next 2 is 001 byte, 2 byte. So the next 400 will be for header checksum, equal to 0x0000. There are 4 zeros here. Right, so the next one is on the source IP. Now these are all the things that we've been learning so far. 192.168.1.1, 10.10.10.10. All these are here actually. Now you see inside packet, where is the information? It's here. Now this one is very big because in lecture 1 we learned already. IPv4 address is 32 bits, which is also 4 bytes. That's why they take the whole row. One whole row here is 32 bits. Okay, so 4 bytes. How many you need? 4 bytes. You follow me. You see here. We are already here. So the next one is C0. So 2 number is 1 byte. 1, 2. So this is the first byte, the second byte, the third byte, and the fourth byte. So all this here is for the source IP address. So I can write here 0C0880071. Yeah, right. So this is the source IP address. Now we will do the same for the destination now. The same thing. The next number that follows is my color gone already. Okay. The next one is 79. So you see 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte, 4 byte. So the last one is actually for the destination. So I'm going to write this inside here, which is equal to 0x797B1D83. Like that, finish already. So there is nothing after this. Means that you have finished filling up. Now in the exam, you just need to do like that. After that, if there's nothing already, you don't have to worry. Why this one become? Okay, just like that. So this is the first answer. If you can do this, then you are able to do the rest of the questions. Otherwise, if this part you think is this is not my thing, I don't want to take the challenge, this kind of thing no warranty one, because if you do wrong, then we see again next time. So if you think this is not my type, you can try the other question. Alright, but I think you should learn so that you give yourself some options in the final exam. Okay, so now the next thing is we will solve the questions together once you have this table, and while we do that, I also explain some of the concept. So before we start, can I check on the chat, everybody here who is here, about 150 of you here, can you understand how to transfer the value first? This one, okay or not okay? Okay, let me know. Okay, not okay, please don't let me know you're not okay. Right, so everyone good? Let me know on the chat if this is good, then we will now go to the question. Wow, okay, can clearly understand. Thank you very much. Thank God there's no rain today, I don't have to shout. Okay. Okay, not. Right, very good. Looks like you are future hacker. Okay, now you see, we'll go to the question already. So here you can just click complete all, because actually we have already done all this. So just complete until here. So the next question is actually the question from your final exam. It's already leaked, but I think it's fine because it's to reward you. You show up. So we answer this together. What is the first one? What is the source IP? Now you have to find the answer from the thing that you just decoded. And in the exam, remember to bring the calculator because you need to do the conversion. Today, when I show you, I'm going to use online calculator. I want to save some time, so I'm not using the real calculator that you have with you. In the exam, you don't have this, so you have to know how to press the calculator. Okay, now first, from the Excel file here, the source IP is this one. So C0 A80071. Basically what we need to do is we have to convert this one to decimal, because we know our IP address, we always write IP in decimal 192.168.10.10.10 172. something, so those are decimal number. Now you have to do this one block at a time. We start with C0 first. So C0 convert to decimal, not binary, convert to decimal. Right, so after that you see C0. He don't let me use calculator because I'm Asian. Asian cannot use calculator. It's banned in the family. Now can already. Okay, so this is 192 dot. So now I will convert the next one is A8. A8 in decimal is 168 dot 00. No need to press lah. Dot 71 in hex to binary is 113. So that is your answer. So from here you know that the guy who sent the data is from 192.168.0.113. So with that we can just go and type this in, press submit, and you should get 1 mark. Yay, congratulations. So the same one, this is the same concept. What is the destination? So you go back to this one here and you copy this one out. The destination is 797B1D83. Okay, so we'll do the same. Now we'll convert 2 characters at a time because each of this is 1 block. Right, so calculator, and then you can do the conversion. The first one is 79. 79 convert is 121. So 121 dot. The next one is 7B. 7B you convert, it become 123. Now you see, feel like hacker or not? And then after that is 1D. 1D convert become 29. And then here dot. The next one is 83. 83 convert become 131. So that is the answer for destination. 121, 123, 29, or 131. Now once you have that, you can go back to the box, copy and paste it inside and click submit, and ta-da, done. So you have already decoded 2 questions. So this is how we do analysis manually. Again, this is manual. If you have Wireshark, you use Wireshark, it's way faster. You only do something like this when your Wireshark cannot open or the packet is corrupted. Now the next one is ask us, this packet is IPv4 or IPv6. Now to answer this question, we will look at this field here, the version field. Okay, now you can go back up and then you read here. In the version field, it shows you whether you are using IPv4 or you are using IPv6, because again we have 2 versions depending on whether you want to have more address, then you use a v6 one. So here this is v4. Now you see this word 4. This one 4 means that this is version 4. If you see this one is 6, means this is version 6. So here our answer is this is IPv4. Very simple. Next. What is the header size of this packet? Now this one here, if you want to look at the header size, you are looking at this one. The next one, IHL. IHL stands for Internet Header Length, which is also in another word, the packet header size. You see the length of entire IP header. So basically what you need to do is, you take this value here. Now this is 5. Now that is something that you need to know. This 0x5 is a word, so you have to convert to bytes. You need to take 5 multiplied with 4 equal to 20. So the answer is 20 bytes. You need to multiply. Don't forget to do this, because this is not the actual answer. You need to multiply 4 first, right? So the header size, based on this formula, you will get 20. And then that's it. Ta-da, good. Okay, now we move on to the next question. Is there any special treatment, quality of service special treatment? Now what is this quality of service? We are looking at this view right now, so I use yellow to show you this one. Now this TOS is something that only expensive router have. Like for example, if you buy a router like Asus gaming router, and then they tell you, 0 lag, low latency, you sure win one, you play 5 games, you win 4 games. Why they can say that is because in the router there is this thing called quality of service. So it means that they know how to manage the priority of the traffic that comes into the router. Now, for example, if there are two people trying to access the network at the same time and it happens to be congested, so it means that the memory is very, very low, and the router, let's say, given 2 packets, he can only choose 1 packet to process first. So the first packet can come from Netflix. The second packet comes from Gmail. So between Netflix and Gmail, the router is smart enough to choose to process Netflix first, because Netflix is a streaming applications. Now, if I go and process the Gmail first, then the Netflix will delay. Then your video will become buffering, spin, and then from HD become 720, become 360p, right? That will happen. So the router must be smart to see which packet I should take care first. Then when I am free, I go and take care of the Gmail, because Gmail, you delay by 1 second or 2 seconds, it doesn't really matter, right? You still see my email in 2 seconds later. So that is called TOS. Now, it is not always used, because like I say, your router must be a very expensive router only you can use. So if you see this one here, in this case is 00, means that there is no special treatment. If you see 00, it means all the packets are treated equally, regardless whether you are from Netflix, whether you are from Gmail, you are from Rebel. There is no VIP. Everyone is VIP. So here, in this case, the answer is no, because you see 00, so no, right? Okay, now there is a question where I think Junki has how to press the real calculator. Press the real calculator, I think you know, right? How to change, how to convert the base. Either you learn this from the prop and state class, or you learn this from the ICOA class. I'm not sure which subject, but I think there's one subject teach you how to press one. Okay, now we go on to the next one, which is what is the total length. Guys, this is again very important, because in the exam many people do wrong this one. So your senior wrong already, so that you don't have to do the same mistake. They sacrifice for you already. I tell you how to count this. Now total length is here. Total length is from 049F. So you see here, with this value, you will know that the actual size now is in hex, which means that we have to go and convert this number to decimal first, right? So this is the total length. From the packet analysis, you get this one. Now we convert this number to from hex to decimal first. So now let me refresh the calculator. Calculator hang. You know why this calculator hang? Okay, wait. Right, so I will paste this value in, and then we'll see what is the decimal number. So it's 1183. Okay, so from here, after I convert, I get is also equal to 1183 bytes. So this one is in decimal already. Okay, now the next one is I think you can just put this number inside 1183. So you come here and then you can press this 1183, and that's you should get the correct answer, 1183. Okay, now next one is on the options. If there is no option used, what is the payload size? Okay, this is asking the payload size. So just to make this very clear, there are 3 kind of number. The first one is the header length. The second one is the total length. The next one is the payload length. So you don't get confused. There are 3 different things. The header length is the one that you see from here. This one, right? So in this case, 5 multiplied with 4, you get 20 bytes. The total length is get from here. 049F, convert, press calculator. If you convert, then you will get the very big number. So in this case, it's 183. Now the payload length means that here, this is the data. There is no options, means this is the data. Now this one, you cannot see from here. You must do calculation, right? So this one, it means that if IPv4, no options, then we can count the payload size. You know why not? Because you see, the IPv4 header is 20 bytes with no options. So in this case, if you see that there is no option, it means that we don't set extra thing. There is no extra requirement for the packets like the VIP lah or things like that. So if you know that this one, the header is 20 bytes, you can do some calculation. The formula is like this. You want to take the header, the total length, minus of the header length, then you'll get the payload length. Alright, so this is the formula here for you to get the payload length. So why is it like that? Okay, I think better I draw for you and you can see all the concept here. Right, so the packet is like this. Like I said before, you have header and you have payload. Again, payload is the same as the data, right? So now our example here says that, let me resize. Okay, so here right now is 20 bytes. And then here they say this is whole thing 1183. So this is the total length. This is the header length. So we are left with this one is the payload length, right? So if you take this one 1183 minus this one 1183 minus 20, you get 1163 bytes, which is actually the header size. Sorry, the payload size. So the answer for this question is 1163. You just take the total one minus off the header and the remaining will be the size for the data, which is the payload here, 1163. So you go and put here 1163 and you will get the answer. Yay, correct already. Okay, we are almost finished, almost done. Right, so the next question here is on the flags. Right, the flags, I also need to explain a bit. So the flags here is for you to see whether there are fragmentation or not. So if you look at the things that you decoded, our value is 0, 1, 0. So what does this 0, 1, 0 means? Okay, the flags is a 3-bit flags for IPv4 header. The first bit and the second bit and the third bit got different meaning one. So the first one is reserve. The second one is do not fragment, and the third one is more fragment. Okay, so if you want to see the explanation, I think you can read here from here. Right, now for the flags, if the packet is too big, then you have to do segmentation. So what does this mean? It means that now you see right now this is let's say a packet, very big packet. Okay, I put this here like that. So when a packet is sent from one sender to receiver, sometimes it can be too big. So for example, if the MTU size, we call this a maximum transfer unit, sometimes it can be 1000, for example, 1000 bytes. Now if the data that I want to send right now is 5000, it means that this data is too big. I cannot put this inside the cable. So I have to send this in a few parcels. Just like if you buy a very big parcel from Lazada, they cannot put in one box, they'll send you in a few boxes, right? So same thing, we have to do fragmentation. So here I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, and each of these is 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000. See, now if I do this, means that one big packet, they become a few smaller pieces already. So when we send the data in the network, we will have to send 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We send 5 times. Okay, so on the receiver need to know whether how many pieces are there. You see, for example, the receiver may receive this one and this one and this one. So how can the receiver know that is that all, or there are more to come, or you are the last one? So this is where you have these 3 flags, which is why I say these flags are very important. With these 3 flags now, you will be able to see. Okay, wait, my mouse is acting crazy. Now you'll be able to see whether this is a first one or the last one or not the last one. So first, let's look at how this look like. Now the first bit is always 0. It's always 0. So I write 0 here. This is reserved, means it is not used. Now the second bit here called do not fragment. So here got two options. If the df is equal to 1, it means that no fragmentation. No fragmentation means the packet is not split into smaller one. It's one whole piece, the big one. Now if the df is equal to 0, means there are fragmentation. Means that the packet has been chopped from a big one into a few smaller one. So here you need to see, if here it say 1, it means that the packet is one piece, not chopped, one piece. Now if this one you see this is a 0, then means that the packet has been chopped to a few smaller pieces already. Okay, now so if this is 1, if the df is 1, the last one is always 0, it's sure is 0, because the last one means more fragment. mf means more fragment, df means do not fragment, so this is do not fragment, means cannot split lah, right? So here you see if you have this kind of thing, mf is equal to 0 means there are no more fragment. If mf is equal to 1, it means there are more fragments. So basically there are only two options. 0 means that after I come, after you receive me, behind me there are no more packet. I'm the last one already, so you do not have to wait, because after me no one is coming, right? Now the mf is equal to 1 means that there are more fragments. Means that when you see a packet, mf1 means after you receive, behind this packet there will be more packet coming, so we have to wait for all the packet to come first, so that I can get all the packets, right? So this is what it means. So you see, if the flag is like this right now, if r is 0, is always 0, df is 1, means do not fragment, here must be 0, because I already said you cannot cut the packet, you cannot chop them. So here of course there is no other people because I don't chop, I'm one piece, right? Now the next example is, what if here is 0? So here if df is 0 means that the packet has been chopped already. So here there are two possible things that can happen. First one is this one. If you see a 0 here, means that I am the last packet, I'm the last one. After me there is no one else coming. If you see this one is 1, it means that I have arrived, but please wait, because after me there will be my friend are coming soon. You wait for my friend to come, like that. So there are two possible things that can happen. Now with this one, this is how the router will control whether they need to wait or they don't need to wait. This is why we have the flags, which is again very important, right? So if you understand this, we will now come back to this try hack me, and then we can continue hacking. Right, so here it asks us about the flag. What are the flag value? 0, 1, 0. Okay, from the Excel file you can see already. Then you see the next one. Is this packet fragmented? Yes or no? So we have to use what we learned, this one, and then we put in our value 0, 1, 0. Now our value is from here, again is 0, 1, 0. Now which means that there is do not fragment is equal to 1, there are no fragmentations. So answer is N, no. The packet is one piece, not chopped. Right. Is there more packets that will arrive after these packets? So we see here 0 means that there are no other packets. I'm actually the last one already. So there is no more packet. Answer is N is equal to no. Don't have to wait. I'm the last one. Right. Okay, so we have done quite a few already. We have only 4 questions left. So far okay? So far so good? Please let me know on the chat if you are still following. And then I will do the next one. I just need 15 minutes more, very fast. I give discount already, 2 hours plus 1 hour become 1.5 hours. This is very good discount. Right, let me know on the chat if you're okay, and then we will continue if one of you say okay. I just need 1. How many marks for one question? Some question is 2 marks, some question is 4 marks, depending on how hard. but the total is 25 marks. So if you can do all this, it's already 25 marks. How to get A in Datacom in 1.5 hours. I think I want to change the title of this video. How to get A in Datacom in 1.5 hours. Where to find the flags? Right, the flags is here. Now in the Excel file, you see there is 1, 2, 3 box. This is the only 3 binary number. In this example is 0, 1, 0. This is where you see the flags. Okay. Okay, now we go to the next one. How many routers can you travel before you are dropped? So the next question is just asking you how long the packet can live, which is why the next field that we're going to learn is called time to live. This one, time to live. Now you see, this is used to avoid packet looping. Perhaps I just draw an example to explain to you. So when we have a network that is very complex, like I have many routers, okay, and sometimes the router can take different paths to different destinations and so on. So let's say I have an example like this, and I have a packet. This packet, they must have something we call the TTL. TTL called time to live, which is actually like your expire date of your food, your yogurt also got expire date, your milk also got expire date, your packet also got expire date one. Now you see, the reason is because we don't want a packet to stay forever in the network if there is some problem. It's like eternally, you cannot die, but you must go on and go on. This is like the eternal torture. It's the worst thing that can happen. So what I mean is like this. Let's say today I set a packet to be don't have TTL, and there is something wrong with the routing, for example. So supposingly the packet must travel like this, and then it come to the destination, which is here, the last one. But because of some error in the setting, we created a loop. You know, if you do programming, you know the loop. What is a loop, right? So like for example, it come here, and here the setting wrong. So it start here, he send here, and then come back and send here. So we call this a routing loop. If this happen, the packet will be here forever. Cannot die, cannot leave, don't know what to do, just wait. The time is endless. Okay. So now what we do, we want to see this thing and we stop this from happening, which means we have to discard a packet which is in the loop. And the way we do it is using TTL. We call this the time to live, means how long you can live. So you see, for example here, when I have a TTL value, I show you a normal case first, where I will go from the source to the destination, and let's say they happen to be able to go. So TTL, you can set any number. For example, you can set 10, 12, 64, 1 to 8. Some common numbers are, I think, 64 and 1 to 8. So you see, let's say I set this to 64. Now the concept is that every time a packet go through one router again is called one hop. So for each hop, you decrement the value by 1. So this is like starting with 64. Right now I'm 64. When I go to the next router here, the value decrement by 1. So now this one becomes 63. And then you go to the next router, the value further decrement by another 1. So now it becomes 62. And then now again you go to the next router. So when you reach here, you become 61. Decrement by 1 again. And then when you reach here, it becomes 60. So here it becomes 60. And then you reach the destination. Now this is cool. This is a normal case. And this is what we want actually. So the idea is that if the value is not 0, means the packet can continue to travel and travel and travel. It's like your passport, and then the passport expired. So I write here, the concept is like this. For TTL, if when a packet go to one hop, decrement TTL by 1. Okay, and then if the TTL is not 0, you need to travel. So it means that as long as it's not 0, the packet can keep on going and going. How far you want to go, you can. But if the TTL becomes 0, the packet is discarded. Discarded means that you have to delete the packet, throw it away. You cannot use my network anymore. So this is what happens when you become 0. You are expired, you cannot use my networking anymore and I have to delete you. So in this case, actually we are cool because by the time I reach the destination, I still have 60, which means that I'm still very young and healthy, right? Now, how do this work for preventing packet loop is like this. You see, let's say I give you an example of TTL is 8 lah, because if I set 64, we have to stay here, I don't know until when. So here you see, again we have the packet problem, and now let's say I have a loop. So the packet come here, and then they keep looping. Now with the TTL set to 8, now I will set starting with 8. When I come here, it becomes 7. Then I go here, it becomes 6. The same concept here, we will keep -1 every time we go to the router. When you come here, now this one is 5. Then when you come here, because there's a loop, so now when you come here, this one become 4. So now I have TTL left 4 only, almost run out, almost finished already. Then after this, we go back to the original router. Here you become 3. Then you go to the next router. Here you become 2. And then here you become 1. So almost run out of credit already. And then finally come here, you become 0. So now if you are 0, this router will now delete you. So if you are deleted means that you won't stay here forever, you won't be looping forever already. And you can, if you have good karma, you can try it in the next life. Hopefully you are born again as a better packer or something. So yeah, that is how it works. The TTL works this way, so that you don't have a packet looping forever, right? Okay, based on the concept here, we now go back after the long story and we try to answer the next question. How many routers can the packet travel before you have to delete the packet? Of course, it's the router who delete, not you. So here you must see the value here. Now we get TTL is equal to 40. This is our TTL value 40, right? So we have to convert this one. 40 is again in hex number. We have to convert this to the decimal first. So 40, 0x40 to decimal, and I get 64. So this is the actual value in decimal is 64, equal to 64 hops, meaning that now this packet have the expiry date of 64 hops. I can go through 64 routers before I get deleted. Okay or not? So the answer is 64. Write in and then submit. Ta-da! Got it ready. Right. So we are in the last 3 questions already. The third last. What is the checksum value? Hey, wait, I got question. Okay, I take some question first. I think it's good that you let me know I'm not alone. You are my speed checker, you know. You are my speed test, because sometimes I don't know whether I'm still online or not. Right. How to convert source IP to IP again? The conversions I use for the conversion is quite simple. I'm using a calculator to convert. Now again, in your exam you have to press the base from base 16 to base 10. Okay, if you do know how to press calculator, you should ask Indian YouTuber how to convert hex to decimal in FX570. Then you go and see the Indian YouTuber. They will teach you what I show you in 2 hours, they can show you in 5 minutes. You can watch this video. Right, because that one I cannot take too long, I cannot show. So the next one, what is the got one question. So what is TTL stand for in ping? Right, we can try to ping because we have a question, what does TTL stand for in ping? So let's try to ping someone and see what we get. Ping, perhaps let's try to go to IKEA. Long time no go to IKEA already, so now I go to their website. Okay, so you see guys, this is TTL 15. This is what your friend is asking. What does this mean? It means that from my computer to my router is 55. If you go and try this command on the next router, it becomes 54. The next router becomes 53. So it means that this packet, I can go through 55 router and I can see the website. But if IKEA is 56 hop away from me, then I cannot see the website already. Okay, so this is what it means. Right, the next one, what is the checksum value? So we are looking at this part here, checksum. Now in this example, every question I'll copy out the value so you really can see what I'm talking about. So here this is for the checksum. Now checksum is used to verify data integrity. The reason is because you must know, guys, when we are sending data across from one point to the other point, say point A to point B, normally very high chance, especially if the network is congested, your packet can become corrupted. So the idea is that if the packet corrupt, so the receiver, when they get the data from you, it's not what you send them already. Later I send them a picture of myself, all very handsome, but when he received, the hair missing already because the packet corrupted, then it become botak already. So this is a problem. Now in networking, we have to be able to detect if this happened, so that I can ask the sender to resend me. You think this one is very real one. If now you buy something from Lazada, the thing you order iPhone 15, you take the iPhone out from the box, and then you start the iPhone, you see the Android logo, and then Windows XP logo, and then Windows 7 logo in the iPhone. Means it's a fake one, right? So what you do, you have to send back to Lazada and then ask for refund. The same thing for networking. If the packet you receive is spoiled already, you must ask the sender to send you one more time. Okay? Now, but how do we know whether it's spoiled already? This is how, the checksum. Now, let me just draw an example for you, and then you can see. For example, let's say you have two machines. Okay? You have a sender, and then you have a receiver. Now, this one is just a very generic example. I'm not saying that this is how actually they do it, because the way they do it is actually using the CRC64, if I'm not wrong. But here I'm showing you a very simplified example for you to get the concept. Now, so when they send the data over, the data, let's say, is a PDF file. Okay, this is a .pdf file. Now, every time you send this file, we will do a check. Means that I take this file and pass this into a hash function, for example. Okay, hash function will create a digital value, like just a signature. It's like a signature. So I take this file here, I pass this file into these functions, and after some calculation, they will split out the number for me. So perhaps they split out the number. So it's A, and then okay. So this is the kind of like the signature. Okay, when this file is sent over here, right? They will do the same thing. The receiver will take this same file and then pass this through a checksum. So this file here, I also use a hash function. Now, of course, both of these hash must be the same one. So meaning that if the data is the same, I pass the same data into the same hash functions. So if these two are the same, let me make a copy, then they will get the same value, right? So you see, then I'll get the same signature. Now, if you compare both of these signatures, you compare this and this, they are the same. This is how I know the data has not been changed, it's not corrupted, no one has tried to do any tampering or so on. This is what I send you. Exactly what you receive is what I send you. This is cool. But what happens if something has changed? For example, if I send a PDF file and the PDF file is corrupted, so maybe I change another example. I send you 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's a string. Let's say I wrote in string, okay, or integer or whatever. So when you receive 1, 2, 3. Now when this happens, you pass the 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, they will get different value. For example, here you may get X, Y, and then exclamation. So you pass the same data 1, 2, 3, you get something else like A, X, Y. Why? Because it's different data. So when you go through the calculation, the number that come out is different. You see that or not? So when you see this and this, both of these are two different things. The number is different. So this is a mismatch. If there is a mismatch, you know that there is an error with the checksum. Something is wrong already. Cannot. You have to resend me. This one, I reject. I don't want. So that is how you use the checksum. And with that, in networking, you can tell actually something is wrong or something is okay, right? So here, in this case, our example is actually quite simple. It's all 0, 0, 0, 0, meaning that actually there is no checksum. They don't even check. Sometimes you are so lazy that you don't even want to check. But if you check, then that's what happened. Right. Alright, so we are into the last questions already. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Now, for the last question, is asking you what is the layer 4 protocol. Now, to solve these questions, you go to this packet here and you look at the protocol field. This protocol field right now, the value is 06. You have to compare. Okay, you see, this one right now is 06. So how do you compare? You will be given a list. In the exam, you'll be given this list. I think it's called IPv4. Okay, I think there is a table that should be given to you. Okay, something like this. Wait, let me find. Yeah, this table. So this table is very big lah. Of course, in the exam, they don't give you the full table, but they will give you a smaller one. So this is how you find. You see the value. Now our one is 06. Then you come to this table, you find 06 is here, this one. So from here, I know the protocol is TCP. You see here, so this is the name. So from here you can decode already. This is TCP, right? So we go back here and you can write TCP and then finish. Wow, the confetti drop down. Put your head near the monitor and celebrate. Wow, very good, very good. Congratulations, you become hacker in day one. Day one hacking, or not the real hacker yet. Now you don't hack people because later people hack you back. Okay, so the last one actually is not very important questions that I have already pre-solved it. But it's just asking you like, what are the directionality? So you see here, basically it means that, I think I celebrated too early, there's one more. Okay, so this one means that you have two computers. They want to know who sent to who. They call this directionality. So you see here, I got one is client, one is server. So the packet, this packet that we analyze today, we spent about 1.5 hours to learn how to analyze this packet. So you already learn how to see what is the size, what is the header length, what is the payload length. You learn the TTL, you learn all the things like fragmentation and so on, right? So the last one is about the direction. So this packet that we analyze, is it sent by the client to the server, or is it sent by the server to the client? Right, so this is what they're asking. Now to understand this actually is quite simple. You can use the answer from the first part. Now from the first part here, you already decoded two things. The source IP is a private IP 192.168.0.113. The destination IP is 121.123.29.131. So from here, you see this is actually a private IP. This is a public IP, right? So means that a private IP is yourself. You are the guy who used the private IP. You send to a server. The server is using a public IP somewhere on the internet. So means that this one is the server, because the public IP must be the server. Private IP is you, the client, or the client, right? So in this case, because the source IP is the client, means that this packet is actually sent by the client to the server. So the answer is this, is sent by the client to the server, right? So for you to answer the last question, you just have to write C to S, which is the short for client to server, and you click submit, and then ta-da, finish all. The confetti will drop down already. Congratulations, we have finished how to decode, and you have already 25 marks in your hand securely. Very good, like that. 1 hour can get 25 marks, 2 hours 25 marks. Right, so that's all for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you learn how to do the decoding. So again, don't worry too much, because in the exam you'll be given the header, you're given the template, you're given everything. The question is actually quite similar. I can say 90% similar. So this is even better than Indian YouTuber. Right, I think the last thing will be just the attendance. Now if you have any questions, please drop it on the YouTube chat while I generate attendance, and then I leave the attendance open. If you need to go, you can go first. When you come back, you can scan the attendance. Okay, the attendance will be open until like 8 something, so don't worry about it. Okay, see you, thank you, enjoy, and I see you on week 10 for your midterm test, and then for the next lecture. Bye bye.
said, remember this moment in the back of my mind. The time we stood with our shaking hands, the crowds in stands went wild. We were the kings and the queens, and they read off our names. The night you danced like you knew our lives would never be the same. You held your head like a hero on a history book page. It was the end of a decade, but the start of an age. Long live the walls we crashed through, how the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. I said, remember this feeling. I passed the pictures around of all the years that we stood there on the sidelines, wishing for right now. We are the kings and the queens. You traded your baseball cap for a crown when they gave us our trophies, and we held them up for our town. And the cynics were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. 'Cause for a moment a band of thieves in ripped up jeans got to rule the world. Long live the walls we crashed through, how the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Long live all the mountains we moved. I had the time of my life fighting dragons with you. I was screaming, long live that look on your face, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. Hold on to spinning around, confetti falls to the ground. May these memories break our fall. Will you take a moment? Promise me this, that you'll stand by me forever. But if God forbid fate should step in and force us into a goodbye, if you have children someday, when they point to the picture